So I don't know if you felt like you were afraid of failure, or even afraid at all when you first started off the company. What advice would you give to anyone who's afraid of failure?
Being afraid of failure is natural, right? I mean, I remember my first day on the phones as a sales rep, and I had recruited for 15 months, which is an eternity compared to today's staff. And at the time, I felt like I was basically running the delivery group for that office before I got in, so I felt like I knew everything and I was going to just crush it. And I went 0 for 40 on my cold calls that day. And I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, what am I doing? I was making 6 figures in delivery. Why did I ever take this job? Did I make a huge mistake? Am I gonna run the risk of getting fired? All those things are normal feelings to have. But what I've learned over the last almost 2 decades is if you don't feel that way when you're starting a new job, it's probably not the right job. Right? It should be a challenge. It shouldn't be something that comes easy to you, and you will learn, and we've created a culture where people are there to teach you. So don't be afraid to fail. That's a natural part of life, and you know, something that I don't feel very often anymore, because I know the team that I have is just so strong that we'll just figure it out. But I can definitely empathize and understand how, you know, people just starting in their career, this whole thing can be very intimidating. So hopefully they stick it out and they build some relationships here, and they get a mentor or two that's been around the block a few times, and he or she, you know, tells them it's going to be all right, and they stick it out, and they have a great career here.